Welcome to Carter Creations. In today's video, we're going to do a quick flip through on a new journal I started. I'm also going to show you some of the ephemera that I've started making, and then I thought we would make a couple pieces of ephemera together. So I started with a stove top stuffing box. And then I covered it with the brown paper that we get in our boxes for packing. And then I went ahead and made it a hidden spine. So I took some of the pages of the kit and just covered the inside, and then found some fabric that I had in my stash for the hidden spine. And then I did make this a 3 signature journal. So I'll just flip through the first signature real quick. So I just did a couple pages of the kit and then put in a book page. Then a few more pages of the kit, and they are quite a few pages. And I should let you know that the kit I'm using, is the Medieval Mirage from Joff. And it's called the Medieval Garden Volume 1 and 2. So the images are spectacular. Then I put in some of my coffee dyed paper. And then I did use some straw paper that I got from Rachel with Roxy's Creations. And there we have the first signature. And here's the start of the second signature, and then the third signature. And then once again on the back, I do still need to put down some glue for the fabric, and then another sheet of the kit for there. So let's put that aside, and we'll look at some of the ephemera I made. So these are some corner pieces that I cut out and did ink the edges. And then I put them on craft cardstock to make them a little sturdier, because I had just printed these out on copy paper. So let's put those in the corner. And here, I did make this tag on a first video and had to redo. So I'm not going to leave it white on the back. I will either put some of the brown packing paper or maybe some notebook paper, just so it's not such a stark white image. Then here's another little kind of notepad journaling place to write on the back, and once again I'll cover that too. Then I cut out these envelopes, and I printed this on just regular copy paper so that it would be a little thinner, not so bulky if I want to put this into a pocket on the journal. But I also thought I could just glue the 3 sides, put it on a page, leave the back open, and we could have it as a tuck spot so that you could tuck there, open it up, and then have a spot for some ephemera or anything for whoever purchases this journal. So once again, another pocket that I cut out, and I did ink there so they could kind of pop a little bit more. Then I took one of the pages and I glued it to a book page, and I thought this would make a cute wraparound pocket that I can either glue this down and make it a pocket or a tuck. So many options that I can use that on. Then these 2 tags I actually printed on heavier cardstock, so they're a little stronger. This one I just left on the copy paper so we can try to cut down on the bulk in the journal, because we all know how it can get to be an alligator mouth. So a couple more tags, that I just used book page on this one with an image from the kit. Then this one, I just used the brown packing paper. And this one, I actually used newspaper that was from 1915 on it. It was very fragile, so I didn't want to put anything on it. I'll probably put maybe a label or an image here to finish it out. And I have not inked any of the edges on these ones. So these ones I just used another page from the kit, and this one cardstock. So we will put those aside, and let's go ahead and grab the first piece of ephemera that I want to make today. So I thought I would cut out this center and then put this image behind it and kind of make it a window. So let's hope I am careful with the X-Acto knife. We'll just do this. And I did get this little cutting mat from Dollar Tree. Put that aside and grab my scissors. And we'll see how well I can cut out a circle here. We might have to go in and clean it up just a little bit. I guess it's not a circle so much as an oval, if you want to get technical here. And I did print this out on heavier cardstock. I try to do that with some of the ephemera, just so it's a little sturdier. Oh my, I'm making a mess of this. Okay, let's come on back in here and let me grab my smaller scissors. Maybe that'll be easier to get into this tight spot. But even if it's not perfect, that's what crafting's about, right? If it was perfect, it would be made by a machine. So we will just embrace it and go with it here. This top is really giving me, there we go. Okay, and I think I will take my ink, which I'm using the Gathered Twigs on this journal. Just kind of do the inside here, make it look a little aged. And then we'll go ahead and cut out the rest of it. And I think I am going to leave, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there's this edge around it. So I think I'm gonna leave that in there. And I will remind myself that I do need to ink the edges. And I think that'll also give us enough of a base that I might not have to cut so much of her out. So we'll see how that goes. So I've been trying to get this video made for 2 days now. On Friday, the company I work for has an annual golf tournament that we put on so that we can give out 3 scholarships to 3 of the local high schools. So by the time I got done with that Friday afternoon, I was beat. So it's only a couple days later, I'm getting this video out, so hope you enjoy it. And I just realized, oh, it didn't have the top. So now that looks weird. So, well, I guess we're taking it down to the, we'll just adapt here. That. trim her out and see how much we're gonna need to cut down on the side so that it doesn't show behind, or excuse me, to the side. So I thought something like this. Yeah, I'm gonna like that. And then we can put maybe some label with some lace down here in the corner to finish it off. So I'll just go ahead and let's use some glue. And we'll just put a little around the edge so that we don't have too much seeping out. Let's see how well I do here. Oops, keep it off of my desk here. Just wipe that down. I like it. And then maybe I can also put some lace or material up top here to kind of finish it off. That looks like it didn't get any glue. Ooh, wow, that's right on the edge. There we go. Okay, it's cute. So we'll just put it in the pile there. Let's get the glue out of the way. And then I thought we would just cut out one of these pockets here and show you how the size of it, and then we'll ink up the edges. And you don't have to be too precise when you're cutting it out, because it does have a curvy and a darker edge, so if fussy cutting is not really your forte, go ahead and get rid of that. Oops. Gotta kind of concentrate here. Sorry, I'm a little quiet. But it is amazing. There is so many pages of ephemera, pages for signatures in this kit. It is amazing. Okay, just one more side here. And if you wanted to, you really wouldn't have to ink the edges, just because it already does have such a dark outline on it. But I still ink it just because I like the cohesiveness of it. So let's go ahead and hopefully I can fold them evenly. And then once we've folded everything, I'll go ahead and cut these little tabs out so that you don't see them. Oh, not too bad on the edges there. Cute. So now let's take our ink and just kind of dull some of the white down. And then we'll just take this. And some of those places that I didn't get so close at, we can get rid of that white, and then we'll just fold it back. Okay, and then you can make a nice little cluster here with the ephemera and some lace and some fabric to finish it off. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining me today. Please, if you would, like, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Bye.